Ooh, here we go. Hey, it's Tone Eater. This is some Bioshock 2 gameplay, as you see. This is an old game. It's almost 2 years old now. But, yeah, we decided to play a little because it's just a classic game, and I ended up doing pretty well. So, check that out as I talk to you about the upcoming Bioshock, which is Bioshock Infinite, which is the prequel, actually, to Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 2. What's this? Alright, it's lagging a little, but I don't think it'll lag in the actual video. So I'll talk to you a little bit about my thoughts and what I'm hoping for Bioshock Infinite, and what we might see and stuff. Some interesting things. I'm not really gonna theorize about this whole the city in the sky thing, but all I know is that it's gotta somehow relate to Rapture and the city under the water, or else it's still Bioshock. They're calling it Bioshock. It's not a completely different game. There's got to be some things that are similar, some things that lead to one another, which I'm just really interested to see. I'm not sure if Andrew Ryan, originates from Columbia, yeah, which is the place in the sky. That's what it's called, Columbia. I know it's not like you're playing as Andrew Ryan, and you find that out in the end because the character's name is actually Blake DeWitt. Yeah, that's the main character that you play as. And then you got that girl whose name I forget, but yeah, she's apparently the person with all these powers, and you and her team up, and you also have these powers. And these powers are basically plasmids. I don't think they've referred to them as plasmids in any whatever thing I've seen. But yeah, they're plasmids. I've seen telekinesis, in that in the real trailer thing. What we also saw was that giant robot dude, which is apparently after the girl also with the powers. So she seems to be a central type thing, and I feel like she'll have something to do with the discovery of plasmids in Rapture and stuff, which I'm not super familiar with, all the Bioshock information and stuff. But I feel one thing's got to lead to another, and I'm interested to see how the game works out, just story wise. So that'll be fun. But yeah. Getting back to this gameplay also to segue into Bioshock Infinite multiplayer type stuff. You see, that's the cool thing about this multiplayer is that you don't just have your typical COD run around, machine guns and stuff, and all this powerful shit, and you're just dying and whatever. It's really original. First of all, one really cool thing that they just did was with your class setup and stuff. You could have 2 of any gun in the game. I mean, there's only 8 guns for multiplayer, which isn't that much, but there's upgrades and stuff which keeps them somewhat fresh. And then there's also the plasmids, which there's about 10 or something, and you could choose any of those 2. And you get 4 weapons in total, if plasmids count as weapons and stuff. And they managed to make it so there's no really overpowered combos. There's some combos that if you're really good at them, they can get slightly annoying, the elephant gun and telekinesis, knocking you down and then headshot. But that's barely overpowered because that takes a lot of skill. You don't really see it even in this video, in this gameplay. But I think check out some other gameplays and you'll see it happen to me. But yeah, so that's one cool thing about the multiplayer. But then just gameplay wise in the multiplayer, you you have a lot of health, but your health regrows fast. What am I saying? Yeah, it regrows fast, which I like in a multiplayer because I think it's so you're allowed to run around and stuff. But once you start getting shot at, things get legit. You gotta it's a fight to stay alive, and while trying to kill people, which is just fun. Then they got the whole hacking machines and hacking turrets, which I just think is awesome. There's the Big Daddy suit, which is awesome. All those tonics, which I don't even know what's on this class right now. But there's the one that you get up, which isn't that cheap. It's not Second Chance or anything like COD to compare to COD because that's the standard, I guess. It's a lot less annoying. I don't want to go into it completely, but they've managed to balance out all that stuff, which I mean, those different features, it just makes the game fun. And I think the one problem, it's not even a problem, but the one thing about Bioshock 2 multiplayer, what happened is that I think they sort of just added it in there, but they didn't put too much work into it. They weren't thinking, oh, Bioshock, Bioshock 2, that's going to be a really big multiplayer game. They're just all right, we'll start working on this multiplayer stuff, throw it in there for for our fans to enjoy. But in Bioshock Infinite, I even read from the head of whatever, oh god, I forget, Irrational Games, yeah. They're like, what I really like to hear that he said was something like, we don't want to make just your typical multiplayer game, because people are going to keep on playing COD, people are going to keep on playing Halo. They don't want to copy those games. He said specifically that he wants to, give a different experience, which is what he did in Bioshock 2, or what they did. And so in Bioshock Infinite, I'm really pumped to see what they do with that, because they're definitely going to take it like, 10 steps further. Probably add more guns. Already the gun gameplay looks a lot more sick. And you see here, I'm like beasting, walking around, doing some dancing, with the shotgun and whatnot, getting like a lot of kills actually. You don't even realize how many kills I get, but it's a lot. But yeah, they're gonna add the gun gameplay already looks cooler. Then you got whatever it's called, newer plasmids and stuff, which I'm just I can't even imagine. Like it's hard to think of those things at first, but then they always cease to surprise you, which is awesome. It's just awesome. What else? So yeah, just like map wise and stuff, which is gonna be interesting because you're floating in space. I don't know what type of map, not space, but sky, but I don't know what type of maps they're gonna throw in there, but they're probably gonna end up being pretty sick. Like flying from like little blimp to blimp and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna be cool, right? Yeah. Even Blob Boy says it's gonna be cool. Yeah, speak a little louder though, or come over here.
All right. Here's what I think. Right.
Here's what do you
I think the game's gonna be sick, but I remember watching an interview and saying that buildings kind of link and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that you're gonna go back to a few places, and I don't know, that might get annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you continuously go back to the same spot.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on like single player wise. If like in Bioshock 2 or in Bioshock 1, like the map is huge. You're going to like things and it's really big. You're unlocking new areas. But if in Bioshock Infinite, it's just really small space where it's just like a couple of different like land, like air mass things, and you're just going back repeatedly, it might get a little repetitive. So we're hoping, it's a big place. We're hoping.
I mean, unless those buildings that are linking together are like different stores where you can buy different stuff. Which
Yeah, I mean, and just go like through the levels and take on, and they obviously don't have splicers because there's no people addicted to Eve in Colombia. But I don't even know what it appears. There's some sort of political aspect to it, as you saw in like the 10-minute gameplay demo, and you end up going to that bar at the very end and there was like a bunch of different people there, and they have guns and stuff, and they kind of remind me of splicers. I'm not really sure what their problem with you is. But I guess there's something wrong with you, and there's a bunch of people after you. So yeah. Oh, and this gameplay is almost over. So that's my thoughts on Bioshock Infinite. We're definitely gonna get that game when it comes out, though. So just look forward to that. I went like 16-9 or whatever that says. 16-6. Yeah. 16-8. All right. Well, not bad. Thanks for watching.